Hey friends, it's Brea here. Thank you for tuning in. I am excited today to share a video that my team put together. It's a montage of the 5 days that I spent back retracing my old footsteps back in the place where I met the Lord in Death Valley and just experience these Bible verses that I'm about to share with you that He spoke over my life. So you're going to watch this video. I hope that you hear these verses. I'm going to speak them out right now, and I don't want to say too much until you watch this video and see what God has done. Here we go. So I'm trying this without crying because these verses generally make me cry. So in Isaiah 43, verses 18 and 19, to the prophet Isaiah, he says, "Do not remember the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it?" You know, I was going to have such a hard time with this video. "I will even make a road in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." Isaiah 43, 18 and 19. I'm going to pause this because I have tears running down my eyes and I have to go get Kleenex. Okay, I got some Kleenex and we're going to move on to the next verses. I'll try my best not to cry now. I think I've gotten it out. The Holy Spirit, do what you're going to do. These next verses are Deuteronomy 30, 10 to 12. "He found him in a desert land, and in the wasteland, a howling wilderness. He encircled him, he instructed him, he kept him as the apple of his eye. As an eagle stirs up its nest, hovers over its young, spreading out its wings, taking them up, so, carrying them on its wings. So the Lord alone led him, and there was no foreign God with him." I love that last part. "So the Lord alone led him, and there was no foreign God with him." That is my story. "He kept me as the apple of his eye. He encircled me. He instructed me, hovered over me, spread out his wings, took me up, carried me on his wings." And this last one, I love how my friend, while we were in Death Valley, said, "Oh my goodness, this pool of water is like, it's your tears because it's so salty." And I was like, oh my gosh, like it just hit me how my journey is absolutely full of many tears and weeping. Ooh. "Blessed is the man whose strength is in you." This is Psalm 84, verses 5 to 7. "Blessed is the man whose strength is in you, whose heart is set on pilgrimage." So you're not going to camp in the valley. There's a journey, and you gotta be willing to let it take you on this journey in your heart. "As they pass through the valley of Baca," which is the valley of weeping. So going down into the valley where there's weeping, they make it a spring. "The man who trusts in God, the rain also covers it with pools." This valley of weeping with life. "They go from strength to strength. Each one appears before God in Zion." So He takes that child of His, whose strength is in him, whose heart's set on that journey, who's willing to go through the valley of weeping. It turns into a spring. It's covered with pools of life. There's life there. And that person goes from strength to strength, each one appearing before God in Zion. So I pray that these bless you. I pray that my story blesses you, that you can see yourself somewhat in it, or maybe you can grab a hold of my own testimony of the faithfulness of God and what He does when we choose Him over and over and over again, and we surrender over and make Him our one desire. He can change change the landscape of your life, the landscape of your heart, the landscape of your body, whatever it is. He can turn deserts into rivers, and that is exactly what He did in my desert wilderness where I met Him, the hottest, driest place on earth in Death Valley. So enjoy this video. God bless. Here's this is my kitchen. And this is where I just had my phone Bible, because there's no cell service here, and I didn't have a paper Bible, but I was told about the YouVersion, and so I was just in the morning still reading in John, and just realizing that, like, my heart, something was stirring so big in my heart, and I really needed God, and I needed him to be real, not as a coping mechanism, but just as a reality out of my hell. So here's where I opened my heart. I said, "Look, God, if you're real, can you let me know?" And he did, and he still does, and he still is. He delivered me completely, took me out of so much demonic hell and torture and torment. Hey guys, so I hope you liked that video that we put together. It was insane to go back to Death Valley 5 years after I met the Lord in that howling wasteland desert, hottest, driest place on earth. And I went, and God literally showed me in the natural, in physical creation, the exact parallel to what has happened in my life, which is that he took me out of that hot, dry wasteland, and he completely, out of hell, and he completely turned my life around so that I have life. Like, I'm like a blooming garden, and there is just pools of water, of provision, of life, of living water that's flowing through my life. So it was so interesting to just partake of that for those days, especially having my lovely dear friend Rachel with me as we did it together. And I'm sharing it with you all not to just talk about myself, to glorify God. I really feel like he wants to prophetically speak into other people's lives to say, see what I can do for my children when they trust me, when they believe me, when they come to me, when they don't give up, and they believe that I really am who I say I am. I will take them out of the hottest, driest, lowest place on earth where they could ever be, and I will turn that around. He will build roads in the wilderness and rivers in the desert in your life. So that is why I wanted to make sure I shared that. It is so cool to get to experience. I cried so many times. And if you want to watch my full video in the morning that I made on Resurrection Sunday, when I woke up and I went to that spot, it's about 5 minutes long. I hope that we can cue it up for you guys in the next video, or if not, it is on my YouTube channel, and maybe I'll just have my team put it in the comments below. But thank you for watching to the end. Please share it with people. I mean, this testimony that I have of God's just goodness and his grace and meeting me when I wasn't even looking for him in that place, it should provoke all of us to say, what a good God. And if he did it for her, he will do it for me. So please share. Thank you for watching. I pray that this just sparks and ignites faith, quickens faith in you, hope in you, and a desire for more things, more of God, more of his goodness, more of knowing his intimate love for you. God bless.